Indeed.
Taking the time to 8:47 and moving on, shall we take a look at thrillers? Belfast, the most noir place on earth. Who said that? Just Lee Child, one of the world's most successful thriller writers. Well, think about it. We've lots of novels set in the city and then, of course, TV series like The Fall and Line of Duty. So it's no wonder Belfast Noir has been set up to deliver a walking tour of the city's murderous fictional past. We sent Richard Morgan along.
Noir, a genre of crime, film or fiction, and Belfast has been a popular setting for the genre for many years.
Keep a lookout for him. Can you see him?
No, he's not there.
Get going.
Odd Man Out, a classic set in Belfast in 1947. Starring James Mason, part of the film is based around the Crown Bar, a stop on the new Belfast Noir tour.
It really is a classic film noir in the sense it's got the black and white images, the low angles. In the same way The Third Man uses Vienna as a character, Belfast is very much a character in itself.
Simon Maltman is a local crime writer and runs this tour.
Funnily enough, a lot of tourists would come to the Crown anyway who are fans of film noir and would like to go inside and have a pint of Guinness. And one thing that people don't realise is that actually for all the scenes shot inside the Crown wasn't actually used at all. It was only used for the facade at the front.
60 years on, crime dramas are still being filmed in the city.
We're very alike, you and me.
Oh, I don't think so.
Both driven by will to power.
The next stop is Botanic Gardens. Scenes for The Fall were shot here.
If you can picture Jimmy Dornan before he was in some other films which have a bit of a different slant recently, you would see him running along here at the end of series 2 in The Fall, and that's when everything's closing in on him and he's close to possibly being caught. And if we walk a bit further down, just outside the lovely Palm House, and here's a picture of him earlier in the series where he's sitting with his daughter on the bench. Incidentally, a funny wee thing about The Fall is the creator being a fan of guitars and named all his main characters after guitars. So you've got the likes of Gillian Anderson's character being Gibson and Spectre. There's a Paul Reed Smith in there. That might possibly be a Fender as well. But also just the bench here on our right. For any Colin Bateman fans, when his first breakthrough book Divorcing Jack was made, there's a scene where he's sitting on the bench. He's picked up a young lady and I think they're drinking some Buckfast and he's just sitting here on the bench.
It's extremely difficult, if nigh on impossible, to plant evidence once a crime scene has been opened. However,
Line of Duty also features on the tour. Adrian Dunbar had his say on crime writing during an international festival held in Belfast last year.
It's a big genre, crime writing, and of course the city is well used to filming, you've got The Fall and obviously Line of Duty and things like that, so people look at Belfast and they think of Belfast in terms of making films and also the crime writing that's coming out of Belfast and coming out of Ireland.
The last stop is Botanic Bookshop and No Alibis. This allows Simon to tell groups about local crime writers.
We've just got so many, Brian McGilloway and Stuart Neville hitting the New York Times bestsellers, and just this week Steve Kavanagh with the book 13. So there's just so much going on that I thought, again, it's a great way to be able to share with people about the local writers. Just last week on one of the tours we had some French tourists and they were interested in some of the shows and literature in general, but they hadn't happened to hear about any of the local writers, so it's very pleasing to me that I could say, well, here, you must try this person, and have you tried Adrian McKinty or this here? So it's great. It's been a lovely experience to be able to do that.
Belfast Noir,
Music,
coming
isn't it?
soon to walk near you.